Welcome back. Meteors is one of the biggest women's clubs in the country, with teams ranging from junior right up to Super League level. Today we're at Colaiste Iosagain to meet some of the people behind the success. So tell me a bit about Meteors. When was the club formed?
Meteors was actually formed in 1965. It actually has roots on the north side of the city in Clontarf. It was set up by a Trinity College student who was over from Malaysia. It was an all-women's, just one team, and then it was taken over eventually by Fintan Clark, who was an Irishman, moved over to the south side, and it amalgamated about 20 years later in the late 80s with St Mary's Youth Club in Ballally, where Pat Clark, Fintan's wife, was involved.
As the club developed, we saw the importance of getting involved in local schools, and that involvement has kind of expanded really much into the South County Dublin area, where we're involved. We have players playing in the club with a variety of schools, Loreto schools, here Colaiste Iosagain, Teresians. So we have a lot of feeder schools. Mostly all of our girls are involved in schools. It's very, very tough on them because they are playing school matches, and some days I would have kids coming in their school gear to play or to train with us later on in the evenings. So it's really, really full on. In one way it's great for them because the more you play, the more you improve. The more exposure you get to games and different coaches and different techniques, it can only help kids improve.
I love the game. I absolutely love the sport. So the underage games are the thing for me. I try to get to as many of the games as I can. To see some of the very young players. I think we've had 8 of our current Super League team now at the moment have come right through from our academy, and it's great to see them progress from a very young age to go right up and to be the important players in the club.
As a club, as a whole, I think we're doing pretty fantastic. We are, getting the message across to the athletes. Our Super League team is not where we want them to be yet, but we're getting there. Obviously, they're a very young team compared to the rest of the league, so we know it's going to take a while to develop them. But we are moving forward, small steps, but we are progressing, and we're happy enough with that.
You've been involved with the club for a while. What are your favourite memories?
Oh, there's loads of them, to be honest, in the club. Obviously, helping the Senior 3 team get promoted to Senior 1 in 2 years, that's one of them. Helping my athletes develop and getting some of them picked on the Irish squad, that makes you feel happy as a coach. Some of the stuff you're doing is great. Getting Club Person of the Year last year was great as well. It just shows that my work here at the club is appreciated, and absolutely, that just makes me happy there.
Meteors underage programmes have seen great success with a huge number of players representing Ireland in international tournaments. We grabbed Maeve Ryan and Lorna McNamee to tell us what it's like at under-18s level.
So you do much training for the Irish team?
Well, at the moment we're doing once a month, and then at Christmas we're doing a camp.
And what are you training for?
The Cherbourg tournament in Denmark.
Maeve, does playing for the senior team, been training with them and being on the paddle and seeing what they're capable of, did that help you then when you went to try it for the Irish team?
Yeah, I mean, there's people on the senior team and they're so much bigger and so much stronger and older and more experienced, so you're the runt of the team basically, and you're forced into playing up and playing your best and becoming stronger as a player. So when you went to the Irish team trials and everything, it goes into practice, all those trainings of being the runt, and then you start now it's you who's being stronger than the others.
Fiona, Beth and Karen Meany play for Meteors' Nivea Super League team. Impressive considering these 3 girls are also sisters.
So Beth, families are really big in Irish basketball. Was it always obvious that you were going to get involved because of your parents?
I think at a young age we all tried different sports. We weren't really forced into the basketball, but I started out because a lot of my friends in primary school were playing, so I joined the academy here that we have in Meteors, and then they followed, I think. So.
And Fiona, what memories do you have of your parents coaching you when you were younger?
I never actually had my mum or dad actually as a coach, but I will always remember my dad at every one of my games, and I can, if for some reason his voice, even if there's a massive crowd there, his voice I can still pick out, give me direction or whatever. So I suppose from the sideline they would have both coached me a good bit over the years, especially in school.
Did your sisters influence you as well?
Yeah, they did. When obviously I started after they did, kind of following them. I was the youngest, but I only started because they had, and obviously when they made Irish teams and stuff, it was always kind of I wanted to do that, or when they made double teams, things like that. And again, especially the school and everything as well, when I saw them play in finals, I wanted to do the same. So yeah.
And then off the court when you go home, is it all you talk about?
We would have a post-game family, mum, dad, the three of us, post-game analysis, and then maybe the next day or the next day. But we try to leave the basketball behind us as much as possible. Yeah.
So having met the Meany sisters, I got a chance to interrogate the rest of the Super League side with some interesting revelations.
What's the best thing about playing with Meteors?
Well, there's a couple of things. There's a long tradition and history of the club, so I started under 12, so it's nice to have something that has been a part of my life for so many years. Along with that, obviously, it's all the great people I've met through it. Had some really great coaches over the year, like Pat Clark and Joe Kavanagh, who both passed away, and they're really instrumental in my lives. And then obviously everyone who's on this team and all the other players who I've had the chance to play with over the years, like great opportunities, great people.
Indira, what was the strangest thing you found when you came to Meteors?
Oh gosh. You or the fake town definitely was one of them. But in our club, I just found it so interesting how like tight knit this group is, and I think that has to go with how Susie said, like, they've known each other since they were so young, and it's completely different in America. You literally know somebody for like a year, 2 years tops. So like the bond that they have is really, really interesting, and it's amazing. So it's like I feel honoured and blessed to be a part of it.
Where do you like to go out?
We love Club 92. We go there quite a lot. And then there's Philly's, the bar and restaurant, and they're our sponsors as well, so it's really handy. So like we get VIP whenever we go up, and we get 20% off from Philly, so it's really good.
And their food is so
really,
good.
really good. Really good.
Yes. Order the lasagna.
Who's the loudest on the team, on and off the court?
And Indira, maybe.
Yeah, Indira. Yeah. Two of them. Elaine, who takes the longest to get ready?
Honestly, yeah, me.
Jay.
Actually, yeah, Jay. Let's call some good 10 hours. Jay's not here, but Jay takes forever.
Yeah.
What's it 3 hours on the bus home from where was that? Cork. To your eyes.
Just your eyes.
Just in her eyebrows.
Susie, what's the youngest guy you'd ever go out with?
Oh.
Well, actually.
That's not me. I suppose 20 years old.
The margins have changed slightly.
Elaine, is Susie likely to tell the truth always?
When the cameras are on, yeah. Susie's good for a good story.
So we've heard from the ladies. Now let's see how they got on with their half-court shots.
Susie Doyle, small forward.
Rebecca Nagel, point guard.
Carmini forward. Susan Fogarty forward. McNamee forward.
And then Caffrey shoot guard.
Indira Collins shooting guard. Diana Meany shooting guard.
Hugh Kilbride, what a technician.